我係田泰安。
我係桂福特。
Hello， 建文啊，瞓喺度啦。今日
阿
喺度啦。
Hello，
咁之前我哋有揾過啲練馬師啦，現役練馬師啦，退休練馬師啦。咁我哋而家有一個都叫現役練馬師嘅。係啦，咁佢就好似都喺香港嘅時間比較短。咁我哋都幾榮幸啦，做咗一個比較搶先啲嘅訪問。咁我哋今日好高興邀請到嚟緊新嚟嘅練馬師桂福特先生同埋佢嘅好拍檔田泰安。Welcome, Karis and Mr. Crawford.
Thank you.
We know you're having your new training career in Hong Kong. So when did you receive the offer from the Hong Kong Jockey Club?
So basically, we started talking in October last year, and obviously it's something that has been a dream of mine to end up in Hong Kong. So it wasn't that hard a decision once the Jockey Club gave me the invitation. So I feel very privileged to be afforded the opportunity, and I'm really looking forward to the challenges ahead.
So back to South Africa racing. So you have a very great achievement at there. So will you be very excited to have the same kind of achievement in Hong Kong?
Well, definitely. I mean, I think that's what we strive for as trainers, to get the best out of our horses. Not every horse can be a G1 horse, but as long as you maximizing the potential of that horse, whether he's class 3, class 2, class 5 even, as long as you maximizing the performance of that horse for the interests of the horse and your owners, that's what's important to me as a trainer.
So one thing I am very curious about that is because I know you come from Zimbabwe,
yes,
and you have worked from your kind of family or friend stable in Zimbabwe, and also you have a very great career in South Africa. So can you just tell us about the difference or any interesting thing between among these two places?
Well, I think, to be fair, I think they're very similar. Obviously, the Zimbabwe racing from when I was growing up was a lot bigger. It's shrunk considerably now. It's very small now. But at the time when I was a young boy working in the industry, it was pretty good. The race courses there were similar to race courses in South Africa, and the climate is very similar. So it was an easy transition for me to leave. I left straight after school. I left to South Africa because I felt that's where racing was bigger and better. Races like the Hollywood Bets Durban July, big attraction, the J&B Met. Those were all races that I was watching on TV as a young boy. So to be able to go there and start up my own operation was something that was really exciting.
So, Karis, you've been riding in South Africa before. So do you think it's easy for jockeys or even trainers to come from South Africa to Hong Kong? So what do you think was the most difficult part?
Yeah, I mean, as a jockey, and I'm sure as a new trainer for next season, it's gonna be different. Even when I first moved to Hong Kong, everything was different to how I was doing things in South Africa. The race pattern is different, so I had to, of course, start from the bottom, try to understand how the racing works here. So yeah, you sort of have to know that you're coming here. I did not really set any goal in front of me because I just wanted to try first understand the way how racing work and make it work for myself. And I think Hong Kong racing makes you improve and you learn every day. So that's the good thing about being in Hong Kong.
So I guess, Mr. Brad, you've got some advice from Karis before, right?
Yeah, look, we go back a long way. We had lots of success together when he was the stable jockey before he got the opportunity to come. And his first group races, group G1s were for the stable. So I've known him, and Karis and I have kept in communication ever since he left, we would still talk all the time. I would phone him when he rode a bad race and tell him.
Not often.
But no, so he's someone that obviously I trust, and I'm sure he's already given me some good advice about Hong Kong. But I think, like he says, it's just it's a fact of learning, watching what goes on around you, and it just learning and adapting to the new environment.
So you have mentioned like you and Karis have a very good chemistry and partnership back in South Africa, and of course you guys won a lot of G1s in South Africa, like Jackson and also Thunderdance. So compare with these two horses, just a little question: which horse do you guys love better?
Look, I think for me personally, there's no doubt Jackson was a better horse. He won the Derby in Cape Town, beating Variety Club, who in Variety Club subsequently came to Hong Kong, and he won the Champions Mile. I think he beat Abel Friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he was really a good horse, and he was really hard to beat over 1600. But in the Derby distance, when Jackson beat him, that was a very special day.
Yeah.
So I know you have also trained a lot of good stayers in South Africa, like the July winner, the Oriental Charm. So will you have the same kind of training method in Hong Kong? Because Hong Kong has a lot of good sprinters on oriented races. So will you have a little bit change your training method in Hong Kong?
Yeah, look, I think, I've been fortunate enough to win G1s from 1,000 meters to 3,200 meters. So I think as a trainer, it's all about identifying the horse that you're working with, treating each horse as an individual, and basically, as I said earlier, getting the best out of that horse. But I do think you're 100% right that obviously in Hong Kong, the racing is a little bit different. There's definitely a lot more speed. So you probably just have to factor into that you need to keep horses sharp and alert, because obviously draws are very important here, and sometimes you need to break well in order to get yourself into the right position. So there will definitely be some adaptation that we will have to put into place, but at the end of the day, I believe that the horses are what will end up telling me what needs to be done with them. So you just watch them on a daily basis. If they need shorter, sharper work, you can give it to them. If they need a bit more stamina work, it's all going to depend on the horse at the end of the day, in my opinion.
In terms of in the point of view of jockeys, probably Happy Valley is a tricky track to handle. But you can see for Jamie Richards or Mark Newham, their horses performing better in Happy Valley. So. Mr. Brett, have you tried to investigate or probably try to examine the track of Happy Valley before?
Yeah, look, I think exactly what you've said. I think there's definitely no doubt that there's courses for horses. Some horses just prefer that type of track, a short run-in, short straight, and obviously the pace is always genuine at Happy Valley. So it does, from what I've seen, it does give horses the opportunity to come from off the speed. You see a horse at the top of the straight, you think he's going to win, he ends up running fourth. It's a very different track. So I think horses at the end of the day, study their form well, and once you've given them a run or two, you'll soon learn which are their better tracks.
Yeah. So Karis, did you find it difficult handling the track in Happy Valley?
Yeah, compared to Sharton, it's totally a smaller track. First of all, you need to have the draw at Happy Valley. Of course, with the rail that changed from A course to a C+3, there's a lot of different pattern of racing, how we race there. So I think the draw, first of all, you can win a race with an average horse but from a good draw. So I think Happy Valley, that's the most important. And I think I enjoy riding there. It's a fun track to ride at night, especially having the beer garden. The people, the crowd so close to us, it's really, somehow motivate us a bit more. You want to put a bit of more performance. So yeah, it's an exciting track, I think.
Yeah, because I think the current atmosphere of Hong Kong racing is not quite similar with South Africa. like in Happy Valley, we have Happy Wednesday. We have like many people in beer garden, cheering, drinking, enjoying their time there.
Yes.
So, did you find that fascinating?
Yeah, I think the whole model of racing in Hong Kong, I think the tracks, the fact that you're quite close to the race course, and obviously the attendance of people at both racetracks is far superior to anything we have in South Africa. A midweek meeting, you have a lot of people that attend the races, which is fantastic. It gives a really good energy. And I think, as Carrie says, that's all part and parcel of what makes Hong Kong the attraction that it is.
But sometimes those racing fans can be mean.
Look, in life, that's the way it is. When it comes to betting and gambling, there's always people of opinions that jockeys didn't do the right thing, or they rode a bad race, or maybe the trainer didn't perform his horse to the best that they believe. But that's what happens when gambling's involved. But at the end of the day, I think we all there for the love of the sport, and at the end of the day, that's what drives us to make ourselves better each and every meeting.
Okay, so let's talk about the South African race horses. So at the past, we have some very good horses come from South Africa, and some of them also come from your stable, like the Northern Superstar, which is called the Ethic of Nantes previously.
Yes.
So at the past, we all know that the quarantine problem from South Africa to like all over the world will have a lot of limitations.
Yes.
But now seems that in recent years, the limitation get less and less. So do you think that it's time for the South African racehorse to shine in Hong Kong or all over the world?
Yeah, you're exactly right. I think in the past years gone by, the quarantine and the length of time from destination A to destination B was just far too long. You can't take a horse in the prime of his career and expect him to do nothing for 8 to 9 months and then bring him back and expect him to be where he left off. It's really, really hard. So the fact that everything's shortened now, and you're looking at closer to 3 months from A to B instead of 9, I think it's going to make a massive difference. And obviously, at the end of the day, it's definitely an avenue that I will be exploring. Even more so that we already have a well and established stable at home, where my son is in charge and running the horses. So it's almost like you could say a nursery to bring up horses, get them going in South Africa, see if they're good enough to come to Hong Kong, and then get them on the road to Hong Kong. That would be the next step, or something that I definitely want to follow.
So we may see more South African horses come to Hong Kong, right?
Listen, if we get permits and owners want to support that's without a doubt definitely what we'll be looking at.
咁我哋同田泰安啦，同埋桂福特都已經都獲取咗好多資訊啦。我哋頭先問啲問題，我哋覺得佢哋都答得，都解答咗好多人心目中嘅疑問。不過我哋去到呢度先，我哋下一節翻嚟再同大家繼續傾落去。